Avatar, 2009 film from director James Cameron, starring Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, Michelle Rodriguez and Stephen Lang. It's now back in theaters to mark the occasion of the first sequel of the planned 4 in total, finally coming out in December after 13 years in production. I decided to jump on the opportunity and see it again, as I haven't rewatched it even once since the original premiere, and wanted to see how my original opinion of it holds up and how the film itself has aged. Now, I distinctly remember 2009 and the film coming out. It was hyped as hell, because it was meant to be the advent of 3D cinema with revolutionary effects that would forever change movie making. And when it came out in my town, it was showing to a packed theater for weeks, both on weekends and weekdays. People were coming from all over to see it in 3D multiple times, some of them. I was lucky to see it opening night with a couple of high school friends, and it was certainly a cool experience. The 3D and the CGI in general did deliver and was actually spectacular, to the point where I dare say no other movie has replicated to this day that sense of wonder from the CG effects and from the 3D. And as much as it didn't bring about the revolution in the industry, and 3D itself turned out to be a temporary fad rather than the new standard, Avatar itself, did show that done right, it does make sense, and it does look absolutely amazing, which was proven by people, going to see it so much that eventually it became the highest grossing movie of all time until Avengers Endgame. However, people, including myself, pointed out even at the time that outside of the technical achievements, the movie wasn't actually the masterpiece that some were painting it to be. The story was a shameless rip-off of Pocahontas down to pretty much all of the plot points. Sam Worthington was very generic as the lead, which was kind of proven by the fact that he never really made it big in Hollywood afterwards. The villains were pretty cartoonish, although the last couple of years make me think that maybe straight up evil corporate suits and their mercenaries aren't that unrealistic. In any case though, I thought it was definitely a case of an average script being elevated by the revolutionary technology. So how does it hold up today? Well, I'd say not much has changed, which is not a surprise when it comes to my original criticisms of it, but it is a surprise when it comes to the technicalities. See, as much as the movie was revolutionary in terms of 3D, but also CG landscapes, creatures, flora, and of course motion capture, creating the super realistic Na'vi characters, you have to realize that in visual effects, a single year is a lot of time. 13 years, that's an age, or several even. So Avatar has no right to still look as good as it does. I mean, the cinematography is straight up spectacular to this day. The environments are full of life, the creatures look believable as much as they are fantastical. The flight sequences with the dragon animals are pure wonder and excitement. And the motion capture is pretty unbelievable. I mean, Neytiri looks better than She-Hulk, which is being released right now 13 years later. And sure, it's a TV show, but it's a prestige TV show from Disney, who has all the money in the world. So I'd say the comparison isn't unjust. It really is eye candy, and I pity the people who missed it then when it was first coming out, because it was a joy to see it, in its original glory. However, the wow effect is still pretty much there, so if you missed it the first time around, do yourself a favor and go check it out. Now, it is long, probably too long at 2 hours 42 minutes, but it is a spectacle worth at least seeing once. And it certainly did the job of hyping me up for the sequel, because if the original is able to still look this good, I cannot imagine what James Cameron was able to cook up in over a decade since.